Yes, sir. You see what's going on. Got that HelloFresh right to the front door. #1 meal kit in America. I didn't have to sit in line for an hour and a half at the grocery store. Didn't have to spend $90 on a $10 burger on Uber Eats. You know how they charge for all the delivery fees and everything. And it's cheaper than groceries because me and Jarvis got y'all a discount. Second Win 50. Go to HelloFresh.com/Second Win 50 and get a discount. And I'm going to even show y'all how to make it later on tonight. Y'all going to see me chef it up a little bit. You know that song Adele got where she's like, hello? She just forgot to add the fresh to the end. So I'm going to show y'all how to really cook. Me, chefing it up. Hello Fresh. I told y'all I'd be back, man. Got the HelloFresh cheeseburger wraps. 20 minutes to make. Easy instructions, and I can't even make toast, so that's how you know it's easy. Go to HelloFresh.com/Second Win to get 50% off. Again, it's HelloFresh.com/Second Win and get 50% off. We got the HelloFresh lettuce wraps. Second Win family, what up, man? Welcome to another episode of the Second Win podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Gio, here with my brother, my ace, my slime,
back again.
Jay Millie. We're doing things a little bit different today. We don't have a guest because, I don't know if y'all know, but we're right around our 1 year anniversary, and we just want to kind of recap and kind of just look back on all the things that we've been through, like trials, tribulations, all the successes. Like, we've had 15 million views, which is crazy because like 15 million people get to see my face, but unfortunately 15 million people got to see his ugly face. I know y'all want
to see me and his
so
ugly
like
ass.
I mean, it's just crazy
because
like
look at me.
When we first started this, it wasn't like we didn't want it. I mean, I guess we wanted it to, but we didn't plan on it blowing up or getting this much exposure so fast. But I guess that's a testament to y'all like showing us love and like all the appreciation. So we really appreciate it. And it's not always rainbows and butterflies. Like,
nah, man, you know, like you said, been a long journey. And like when we started it off of a whim, you know, just like, hey, let's just wake up and do this.
Yeah, like you just gotta, I feel like sometimes you just gotta get up and do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people always ask me like, yo, why'd y'all start this? Like, how did y'all start this? Basically, and they like, I tell them like, yo, Jarvis just called me one day. It was like, bro, let's start this podcast. And it's like, you know, it's you get up and you start it and you see where you can go from there. And it always brings me back. Like, someone actually asked me this the other day. They're like, yo, like, I want to do blase.
Right.
And I was like, bro, you just got to get up and do it. And I remember, like, this is my favorite actor. I remember I was watching a Will Smith piece, right? Yeah. And he was talking about this party that he went to with Quincy Jones, and like everyone was there, like all the who's. And this is before he was Will Smith. Like, so like Lionel Richie was there, like Steven Spielberg was there, Stevie Wonder. Like, it was dumb lit. Like, the party was crazy. And Will wasn't anyone yet. He was just meeting Quincy Jones for the first time. And he goes into the party, you know, he's like, hey, I'm Will, blase. Quincy's like, where are you from? He's like, oh, I'm from Philly. So they're talking about it. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about him being from Philly. They're getting acclimated with each other. And they're in the middle of the living room. And all of a sudden, Quincy's like, clear the living room. And Will's like, oh, what the hell's going on?
Right.
And he's like, Quincy's like, we're going to do an audition for Will. And at the time, it didn't register in Will's head. He was doing an audition for him. And Quincy was like, bring the script.
This mid-party?
Mid-party.
Yeah.
He's like, bring the script. So it's the script for the Fresh Prince. This is before Will is anybody, right? So he's in there, and eventually it registers in Will's head, and he's like, oh shit, like, I'm Will, right?
Right.
So Quincy's like, we're gonna do the script for the Fresh Prince. Mind you, all the big names in Hollywood are there. And Will whispers in Quincy's ear, and he's like, yo, like, I can't do this right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not prepared, right? So Quincy's like, hold on, I'll be right back. We're going to go in the library. So he takes Will to the library, and Will's like, bro, I need a week to prepare. And Quincy says, after a week, this person's going to have this to do. That person's going to have that to do. That person's going to have that to do. And Will's like, well, shit, let's make it 2 weeks. You know, maybe it'll all be good in 2 weeks.
Right.
Quincy's like, bro, in 2 weeks, it's going to be the same thing. He's like, everybody that you need to say yes to this show is right in that living room. So it's basically like, you got to take advantage of your opportunity. You got to do it now, or else if Will doesn't take that opportunity,
he's not the Fresh Prince.
He's not the Fresh Prince. You know, he's not Hancock. Like, you never know where it's going to take you. So it's like, take that leap of faith. Don't be afraid, because it's like, what is this person going to think? What's that person going to think? And Will was just like, Man, F it. Went in there and obviously smashed it. But that's like my favorite story. And that's what I always tell people when they ask, like, yo, why'd y'all start this podcast? Or how'd y'all start this podcast? I'm like, bro, we just went out on a limb and we just.
Sometimes you gotta say fucking, like, let's do it.
For
you know
real.
what I mean? It's like that quote, like, you're a football guy, but like, you know, at Penn State, Franklin used to put up this thing. It says, you could read it two ways. Opportunity is nowhere or opportunity is now here. And there's two ways you can read it. So most people see opportunity is nowhere.
That's dumb. I'm getting that sign.
But you guys, it says, you know, he's like, no, read it again. Opportunity is now here. So it's like, you know, doing this, like, bro, you create your own opportunity. Yeah. So it's like, people don't understand how time just flies by. So if you're waiting and waiting, bro, like, you gotta get up and do it, because procrastination is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you get up and you got dreams and goals, bro, just chase it.
For real.
You know, when we started this, bro, 2 weeks notice, bro, when we were shooting Say, you know?
Yeah, I mean, shit. And we, at the time, we was like, we didn't really know what was going on.
We know
was,
what we were doing.
Super nervous.
Yeah.
And even now, like, we still go through trials and tribulation. Like, a lot of podcasts don't show, like, or don't talk about, like, their struggles. Like, for me, the thing I hate the most, and you can talk about what you hate the most, is, like, when guests cancel.
Oh, it's the worst.
Because I'm the type of dude where it's tough to be on other people's time. But obviously, in the podcast space, that's you know, that's what we do. We have to be on everyone's time, especially with the caliber guests that we have. So if we're driving 7 hours or we're flying 6 hours and then someone's like, yo, I can't do it. People don't see me in the hotel room punching the pillow,
mad as
screaming,
shit.
like, pillow in my face, like, ah.
Because we just drove 7 hours.
People don't see that, but that's like part of the grind. And like, that's part of the story. It sucks, but like, it's gonna make the story that much better, you know, when we tell it. Hopefully, if this podcast is successful, we want it to be, you know, and you know, we keep playing the hands that we're dealt. But also, like, at the same time, like, even though I hate that, I also love, like, when people hit us up and they're inspired by the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we get a comment on YouTube about, you know, when Isaiah Hodges talked about his daughter and how he never lost his faith, and they were like, this is gonna be wrong with her, that's gonna be wrong with her, and he was like, you know, I'm gonna keep my faith, and this baby came out perfectly fine. Like, and I see that comment on YouTube about like how they're going through the same thing. I'm like, damn, that affects me.
Same thing with Shazier and the spinal cord. You know, someone hit us up like, you know, I've had a spinal cord injury myself, and watching your reels and watching this podcast really gave me, you know, some more faith into what I want to do, and I can keep moving forward from this injury. So it's just, like you said, crazy to see that people, you know, are acknowledging, you know, the work that we're putting in and the stories, you know, and that's a testament to the people that we also have on our platform, you know, and their stories as well. So, you know, the fact that we have that impact and reach, like you said, on millions, 15, 16 million views, and how many over now? It's a year. You know, it's amazing.
It's dope for sure. And even like women contact us like, yo, I watched the Taylor Rooks episode, and like they said she didn't know, like the makeup artist didn't know how to do a black woman's makeup. Like, that's something I was nervous about. Or like Joy Taylor speaks about like domestic violence, and they're like, you know, this is something I'm like, messages like that is like why I do this. You know, I'm not a on the camera guy. I mean, I guess I am now.
No, you a camera dude.
I guess I am now because it's been a year. But like before, I was kind of skeptical. I was like, man, Jarvis, I ain't trying to do that.
It's nerve-wracking too.
Yeah, I mean, the first episode was kind of tricky.
We was stuttering. I couldn't get the intro.
Yeah,
I was stuttering.
The first episode was definitely a little tricky, but also like, this is dope because it's like we're doing all this just off the strength of like our network. Like all our guests, like we don't have somebody behind the scenes messaging people, finding their emails. Like that's one thing that I love about me and you, because another Will Smith example is like, he has this video where he's like, I'm willing to die on the treadmill.
Yes.
So it's basically like, people can be born in a better situation than me. Like, this guy could be faster than me. He could be more in shape. He could have better equipment, better shoes. But if me and him get on that treadmill together, I'm willing to die to win. Like, either I'm going to win or I'm going to die. And that's the mentality you have to have.
Right.
Like, when you're doing anything, you know, is that like, I'm going to do this or I'm going to die. So it's like when we look at other platforms and they're getting this guest, that guest, that guest, because they have a million other resources. With me and you, it's just me and you.
Just me and you. Someone asked me the other day, they were like, how do you two maneuver like that and are so successful consistently? I said, bro, like, honestly, we just refuse to take no or failure as a answer.
Yeah.
Like, we always find a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if we don't, we're making an excuse.
Yeah.
Like, we're too connected and too, plugged into that world to not make something happen. So I was just like, you know, I told him, I said, bro, we just don't take no for an answer, bro. We just always make it happen.
Yeah, and that's something that, you know, I already had that mindset before that episode, but then like you hear Danny Hustlehard say like, I never take no for an answer.
Don't ever take no.
Like, don't ever take no for an answer. And I'm like, damn, like, you know, he's right. Like, there's always a way to like kind of finesse, you know.
Absolutely.
And like my favorite saying, you hear me saying all the time, is like everybody in the world is only one person away.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Or two people away, you know. So it's like
Easy.
you could hit this person up, somehow
you will get in contact with them.
You can get in contact with that person. If they say no, they say no, but at least, you know, you made the effort and you got in contact with them.
Because you check my DMs right now, bro, oh my God.
Bro, if you look at my messages,
5-6 messages to somebody, hey, till they reply, hey.
Yeah, and I'm geek, you know. Our next guest that we have on, like I hit him up a million times.
Right.
And he called me the other day and he was like, bro, next week, let's do it. I was like, fool, say less. You know what I'm saying?
In our
like,
text thread, I look crazy.
It is what it is. But just talking about like some current events, you know, the Johnny Manziel stuff, right?
Yeah.
He's the whole craze right now with the Netflix series and the documentary and all that stuff. What is your thoughts on like his process, his journey, like that whole thing?
I think this was the first time I got to see Johnny in that light, you know what I'm saying? Like the stories that everyone heard about, but now he confirmed. So it's actually more crazier, you know, and it adds to, you know, his legacy as well and what he's done. But, you know, for example, like his agent running routes at Pro Day and stuff like that. Like I was like,
wicked.
Jesus. But, you know, it's actually kind of impressive in a way because I was like, bro, this dude didn't watch no tape, didn't do anything, and was still out there balling on Saturdays.
He was going dumb. Like his Heisman year, he had 47 touchdowns. Like,
yeah,
I think he had like 26 throwing and 21 rushing.
Yeah.
So he was going federal
and beat that Bama team.
And beat Bama like when they just joined the SEC. I think
they joined.
A&M had
that was
just
their first year.
joined
That was
the
their
SEC.
first year.
And, you know, he was going crazy. But I watched the documentary from like a different standpoint because I was watching it from like his boy standpoint, who was, I think his boy's name was Nate. I don't remember, but I think it was Nate. And he was kind of like the manager, right? And when Johnny was going through everything and getting all this money and he created that fake story like, oh, his parents were rich off of oil. Those are like the little intricate details that a manager does that like people don't really realize.
You was on manager mode watching that
like
shit.
he wasn't, bro. His family wasn't rich off oil, but his manager at the time created that like wild story. It was like, oh, his family has all this oil money. That's how he's getting on private jets. That's how he's courtside. That's how he's doing this. That's how he's doing that. And like he'll never get that. I mean, I guess he's in the credit now, but in the real world, there's so many athletes that have managers or people behind the scenes doing stuff like that like never get the appreciation. So I'm watching that. I was like, dude, that is brilliant. Like
so super smart.
Because if not, he would have got caught for all the like autograph stuff and, you know, everything.
It's just crazy just watching the doc and just like I'm a Johnny Manziel fan for sure, you know, most definitely like first and foremost, but just watching that doc just actually showed me how crazy his potential was. You know what I'm saying? How could like, bro, like if he actually, you know, settled down and, you know, got control of everything, bro, he was that guy. You know what I'm saying? He was a superstar.
See, I'm also conflicted because like he was that guy, but I think people think he was way better than he was.
So you think it's the era than when he blew up?
Yeah, I think it was when like for me, I like Johnny Manziel obviously a stud. Like as far as like marketability, like superstar potential, like superstar power, like he was a superstar among superstars, probably the biggest in college football history. But as far as like quarterbacks, me personally, I don't think he was top 10 quarterbacks
ever.
Like like as far as the people that I've seen, because you know there's just quarterbacks who played way back then. But like I look at dudes like Tebow, you know what I'm saying? Like Vince Young, like Cam, like Lamar, you know what I'm saying? Like those dudes was out of this world. I mean, Johnny was out of this world too. But like you look at like a dude like Trevor Lawrence, for example, true freshman. Beats Bama and shreds Bama in the national championship.
And that Bama team was crazy stacked as well.
Like that Bama team was nuts. And it's like, I feel like people don't really look at Trevor like they look at Johnny because Johnny just had so much star power, but was he a better player?
But I also think it's timing. You know, timing is everything. Like when Johnny came along, first of all, he was the first freshman, you know what I'm saying, to win a Heisman, and he was a freshman that beat Bama. But that Bama team, bro, like they were like unbeatable in that era, like that 3 years. And they won the national championship that year. They smoked Notre Dame. Remember that? They smoked Notre Dame that year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they were unbeatable, and he beat them. So I think like the time and era, I don't think he's top 10 of all time. You know, we were arguing about this the other day.
I'm glad
I don't think
you changed your answer.
Yeah, I don't think he's top 10 of all time, but top 10 electrifying quarterbacks of all time, absolutely. I'll put him in there.
I'm just thinking like D-Watt was crazy. Like he beat Bama. Remember when he beat Bama in the Natty? Marcus Mariota, bro. Marcus Mariota had 60 touchdowns and 4 picks.
Insane.
Like that's Joe Burrow,
Cam Newton,
even
like, Baker, bro.
Baker did it 3 years in a row. Like went nuts. So I'm just like, even Caleb Williams last year.
Yeah,
like
Caleb,
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like, I know Johnny was that dude, but as far as like top 10 quarterbacks, I don't know. Some people got him at 1.
No, absolutely not. Remember we were arguing about this.
I've seen the list. Like some people got him at 1. I'm like, I mean, yeah, he was a superstar, but I don't know. Even RG3, like, you know what I'm saying? Some of these dudes was out of this world.
And I judge you off of what you win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you gotta
bro,
win
like,
a chip.
he went 8-4 the next year, and that they won the Cotton Bowl, which is cool. But like, bro, a lot of them dudes won natties. Like you said, like Trevor Lawrence, D.Y., like all them dudes. Like, you know, Baker was in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure. Like, he didn't really win anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
So it's like, but he was great for that his time there for sure. And he was also thrown to a Hall of Famer. Future Hall of Famer. And
Mike Williams.
Evans.
Mike Evans. I'm tripping.
You know what I'm saying? So he had talent around him.
But you got to give it to him, though, for not watching any film and, like...
Bro, going out there and still...
He was just... It almost felt like, watching it, almost felt like he was trying to win games just to party afterwards.
Win or lose, we booze. That's
the saying,
Win
right?
or lose, we booze.
It was almost like, we got to win this game because I know afterwards I'm going to get dumb lit.
I'm going to get fucked up.
And like... People try to say, oh, he shouldn't have been doing this. He should have been doing that and like making money, signing autographs. But it's like, I feel him because
he should have been. The university was making millions off of him,
bro, hundreds and hundreds of millions. So it's like, if I'm just thinking like morally, I'm like, bro, he was right. You know what I'm saying?
I saw nothing wrong with what he was doing.
Yeah, now with NIL, like now it's the norm. But back then they like, oh, he's the bad guy. He's the bad guy. And I'm like, even that that kind of trickles into like gambling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like
that's a whole new conversation now too, athletics and them partnering with certain brands and stuff.
Like teams, NBA teams partner with like FanDuel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Kings.
DraftKings, but the players are getting crucified for gambling. And I don't think the players should gamble on their own teams or gamble on themselves, but like if I play for a team and I gamble on the Super Bowl and I'm not in it,
I shouldn't be penalized for that.
I should, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's fair odds.
I don't, especially, bro, you can't, nobody knows. Like, let's say I have a play designed for me and I'm a tight end. I have a play designed for me. If the defense is right, the quarterback is not throwing the ball. So I could bet on me scoring a touchdown.
Right.
But if they're double covering me and let's say I'm Travis Kelce, they double cover me, Pat Mahomes ain't throwing that ball to me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
It's like, I don't know. I just feel like the gambling stuff and like how much money they make off of it for real is like there gotta be some type of like something.
Everything's a money pot. Like you said, like the Manziel taking money, NIL, like even this, like it's all money. Like Manziel would be making millions if you know what I'm saying, if NIL was a thing back then. You know what I'm saying? And like the gambling now, like all these players getting caught for gambling and stuff, like I really don't see there's a problem with it. I just don't think you should gamble on your own team because then you're the integrity. You say integrity of the game because that's why I say you shouldn't gamble. Yeah. You shouldn't be able to bet on your own team. But if I think that team's going to be that team this Sunday, got nothing to do with my team, why can't I bet that?
I mean, boxers could do it.
Oh, they can?
Yeah, like Floyd bets on himself all the time.
Smart man.
So it's like, if he can bet on himself, like even if I'm a boxer and I know like, I am not beating that dude.
Right.
I'm betting on the knockout in round 6.
Right.
And I'm taking a knee if you hit me with a body shot. And I'm saying, like I can't.
And I'm getting that bread.
Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why it's so much different than for like NBA, NFL dudes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's a wicked topic.
Super wicked.
Like we talk about boxing, and I'm thinking about Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, that fight.
I lost money that day.
See, this is the thing.
I lost money.
No, this is,
and I'm hard-headed because you told me.
No, listen, no.
No, you know, I'm hard-headed. I'm sorry.
See, because Bud's my man, right? And like, Bud's my man, 1. 2, at the weigh-ins, he came out to the Lil Wayne song when he talks about getting shot in the back of the head. I think it was Mr. Carter.
Hey, Mr. Carter.
Yeah. He came out to Mr. Carter. And he pointed at the gunshot wound because he got shot in his head and he drove himself to the hospital. You don't bet against a dude like that. And not only that, he came out in the Walmart draws.
In the black forces. And like the ashy knees. Like no lotion either.
Like people like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You don't bet against dudes like that. And I told you.
You're right.
But you didn't want to listen.
I'm hard-headed.
And because of that, I made money on that fight and you lost money on that fight. You know what I'm saying?
But, you know, I was like, everyone was picking Bud, take Bud, take Bud. I was like, I like Earl.
No, everybody was taking Errol because Errol's like the pretty boy. Like that's who the public knows. You know what I'm saying? People that don't really watch the sport, like when they hear Errol Spence, they're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? He looks fly. Like I see him at this place, I see him at that place, I see him like with this person.
Right.
People don't really know Bud because Bud is like, he's to himself. You know what I'm saying? He's chilling. He's not really like trying to flex for nobody. He's still like that, bro. I just seen a clip of him the other day playing spades with Sean Porter.
Slapping
the card down, wearing the same beater he was wearing before. Like that's the type of stuff I love.
He's a competitor. He's a winner.
He is a winner. But
Earl, I mean, if you break it down, like boxing wise, like I watched a couple of his fights before. I'm just like, I'm watching Bud and I'm watching Earl. I'm just like, if Earl can just have good defense against Bud, you know what I'm saying, not get hit. Because I think Earl got hit. Like I don't think Earl had great defense. Like even his
he
previous
got hit
fights,
with like 68% of his power punches. So
you know
he was getting really
he was getting rocked.
like work. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was just like, that you're not gonna beat Bud if you're getting hit like that.
They supposed to rematch at 154. How you think that's gonna go?
Well, they're saying Earl had a problem because of the weight cut.
That could be a problem.
You know
that weight cut is crazy.
Weight cut's crazy. So it's like he was, you know, dehydrated, and you know that takes a lot out of a boxer.
I guess, but shit, we gonna see. I guess.
But the real question is, we're arguing with people. He ain't beating no Prime Floyd. You're insane. You're insane,
bro. It's hard to say who's beating who. Like,
you're
unless
insane,
it happens.
bro. He ain't beating no Prime Floyd,
I mean, people were saying he wasn't gonna beat Spence.
Who?
Everyone was saying he wasn't gonna beat Spence. So it's like,
but they're not even fucking with. None of them are fucking with Floyd.
I don't know, bro. I mean,
you can't beat a man you can't hit.
You're right. I mean, that's definitely for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You got the same person like that is Shakur Stevenson.
See, that's why I think Shakur wins every fight. I'm like, bro, you can't beat a man you can't hit, bro.
Yeah, like when Floyd went to like Money Mayweather and he was just like he couldn't get hit. That's when he was ridiculous,
unstoppable.
Like, yeah, because he would leave fights and he was barely touched. You know what I'm saying? It's like I tell people all the time because Shakur's my dog. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, like, bro. You know, everybody has the Tank Davis, the Devin Haney, everybody at 135. They're always having that discussion. And I'm like, the saying in boxing is skills pay the bills.
1000%.
Right? So Shakur gets hit the least amount out of anybody in boxing.
Any boxer, yeah.
So it's like people are like, he hasn't fought this person. He hasn't fought any big names. But it's like, they all know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People in that boxing community,
that boxing world,
they all know, like, that dude is crazy. And when you hear like other boxers talk, like when you hear Bud talk about Shakur,
yeah,
he's always like, bro, Shakur is the one.
And you just mentioned to me, it's just like, yo, and their boys, like, who do you think they like Shakur trains with?
Yeah, so when Bud was coming out, he dropped that picture with him and Shakur training. Shakur is southpaw, so like, and Earl's southpaw, so like, you know what I'm saying? They're fighting. He's fighting Shakur, and it's the same stance. Like, he's probably learning so much from him. And he's like, Shakur's IQ when he's in the ring is so crazy. It's like, that had to help him so much. He even said, like, when he was coming out, he was like, yo, should I fight or should I box? Because, you know, there's fighting and there's boxing.
Yeah.
And Shakur was like, bro, go in there and box.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't make it a street fight, because that's what Earl wants.
That's
like,
what Earl wants,
He's big, he's strong. Like, that's what he
get
wants.
you on the ropes.
Yeah, so, like, Shakur was like, bro, go in there and box his head off and shit.
And honestly, bro, it could have been over in the second round. I think he let him last.
It was tricky in the second round.
It was tricky in the second round.
Who you going to bet on when they fight again?
I'm going to take Bud. I'm going to be a smart man and listen to you.
I learned my lesson. You going to listen to me this time. When Shakur fight Tank, who you going to take?
Shakur. But everyone's going to be, obviously, Tank.
I'm going to make a lot of money that day.
I'm betting Shakur. But
yeah, I'm going to make a lot of money that day. The same way I made a lot of money on the Bud Crawford fight.
And I know this dude over here, Tank. Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, there's people who watch boxing and there's people who watch boxing.
No,
you know
for
what I'm saying? A lot of people,
and I love Tank.
Yeah, I mean, Tank is a dog.
Tank's
you know
a
what I'm saying?
dog,
Like,
bro.
Tank is a dog, and obviously he's a high knockout rate. But if Shakur said this too, I was watching an interview of him. He said, if your best game plan is to knock me out, you're gonna lose, because you have to box him. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I'm taking Shakur.
I'm taking Shakur too.
We're gonna see, and you know, hopefully he gets on the show soon so he could speak for himself. But me personally, I'm taking Shakur.
Definitely.
Just going back to like NFL, right? The NFL season's right around the corner. You know, preseason going on right now.
Yep.
What are your predictions for like Super Bowl champion, MVP, offensive player of the year, rookie, like defensive player of the year, offensive rookie, and defensive rookie.
Honestly, bro, we talking about Super Bowl, or we might have to run it back, rematch. Like, I'm picking the Eagles, bro. Like, I like how they looking this year. And I was just watching some preseason clips. Like, if you really think about it, I think of, like, the core-based team. So they got Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? He's back, obviously. But I'm just thinking, bro, A.J. Brown, Devontae. I love Miles. You know what I'm saying? He's out of there now. But, they just got Swift. Swift looks good. I think they're going to do all right. And the solid defense. They still got Slay. I know they lost C.J. Gardner-Johnson. But, I still think they got a solid defense. Yeah. Oh, my God. And the D-line, bro. D-line is crazy. The D-line is
crazy. And they just drafted them
Jalen
monsters
Carter.
from Georgia. But my thing about this is with the NFC East, no team has repeated since like 2004. So it's like there's a bunch of other teams who have repeated, but like as far as the NFC East, it's always unpredictable. Like the team that's supposed to win doesn't always win. You know what I'm saying? Like the Eagles is probably the favorite in Vegas to win.
You think?
Yeah, 100%. They're probably the favorite, but at the end of the day, the game is played on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I don't know who's gonna win, but me personally, the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, for me, is a stretch.
I mean, I also say, too, I can't make excuses for them, and they can't make excuses either, but not a bad playing field in the turf. I think the Eagles win. But
bro,
I can't make excuses.
Everybody got to play on the same field,
though. I can't make
like,
excuses for them.
Like, everybody got to play on the same field.
D-line slipping and shit, man. That's crazy.
Bro, the Chiefs' D-line was slipping, too.
You lead the league in sacks, and you can't even get a sack in the Super Bowl?
I'm not hearing that,
That's
bro.
crazy. New field, new
But the
turf.
receivers got to slip running routes. Like, the O-lineman got to slip, and they pass it. Like,
absolutely.
The running back got to slip. You know what I'm saying?
They all got to adjust.
Pat Mahomes got to slip when he's getting out of the pocket. I'm not hearing that, bro. It's the same conditions for everybody. Every coach in the world says it's the same conditions for everybody. Like,
who you got?
I got the Chiefs. Bro, look, let me explain something to you. The thing with the Chiefs is it doesn't matter who else is on the field, bro. If you have Pat Mahomes,
1-5, you got 1-5,
bro. I could go out there right now.
It's slot.
I could go in the slot right now, and he will make me look good. Like he had just anybody out there looking crazy. Like it's like he extends plays so well, and now it's like you watch him, and he said in an interview, he's like, yeah, like my football IQ wasn't even there. Like I didn't really know how to read defenses.
He's out there throwing
2 years
shit.
ago. You know what I'm saying? So like now he's really getting into like reading defenses. He's really getting into like that whole like next level of playing quarterback like that the Brady's had, that the A-Rods have. You know what I'm saying?
Did you watch that show Quarterbacks?
I didn't watch it. No.
And he was one of the quarterbacks, bro. It was crazy to see just like the behind the scenes of what the fucking preparation actually goes into what he does. But it's just crazy how talented he is. Like the shit he does in normal human can't. It's like A-Rod. It's like, bro, you can't teach what Mahomes does or what Aaron Rodgers does. So it's like, as long as you got them on your team, bro, you can win any Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, someone got to prove to me that they can beat him. That's what they got to do.
Bro, the Bills had him beat in the game, what, 10 seconds, 13 seconds?
Yeah, they had him beat, but at the end of the day, bro, the score is the score. And the Bills did not win the game.
Right.
So, shit, they going to have to show me. I got Patty in the Super Bowl, bro.
I take Bills close second for my second team, for sure.
In the Super Bowl?
To make the Super Bowl.
I mean, yeah, the Bills got dogs. Like, they should.
Like, as an overall team, you know what I'm saying?
Like, they should win it. Like, Trey White's back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got both of them safeties back. Like, the D-line is good. Like, their offense is good, obviously, but they got to show me.
Yeah, they got to show me, for sure.
For me,
Mahomes did it. Yeah, Mahomes did it.
Bro, that dude is crazy, and I don't want to talk about him too much, so I'm going to go into my offensive player of the year.
Yeah.
And it's not biased. Like, for me.
Go ahead.
I think it's Saquon Rasul Cuevas Barkley. Like, for me, that's who I think it is because, like, I go to the Giants practices, right? And I just see, like, him having stuff that he hasn't had before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, in a while.
For
and I've seen him at Penn State. Obviously, Penn State and NFL is different, but with other threats around him, and it's hard to stop him.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when they got Darren Waller, who is a monster. He's a dog.
He was on. Well, I went to that one day unguardable, bro.
Bro, he is just big, fast. Like, he runs routes like a receiver. He's basically like. So for him, like, for say he has him now to work with on the offensive side, and now he has Jalen Hyatt, who is just a blur. Like,
that could run 45 miles per hour.
And he might not get his respect early, But as the season goes on, the safety's going to back up a little bit more and a little bit more before the snap, which is going to give Say a lot of time to work. And like Dable and like Kafka and all those guys, the offensive side, like they're doing a lot of creative stuff with him. And me personally, I got him for Offensive Player of the Year. Like that's my dog. Then that don't got nothing to do with it. It's just
for sure.
What I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying?
If I'm calling a spade, you know what I'm saying, I would say it would be my first pick. Obviously, no bias. But if I'm not picking Say, I would say Lamar Jackson. I would say Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I think for him, walking into this team, new OC, you know what I'm saying? Odell Beckham Jr., obviously. You know what I'm saying? His
with a chip on his shoulder.
Speaks for himself.
That's getting stale. Like, he got that chip, and he's like, oh, they think I'm old.
I'm ready to play.
They think they overpaid me.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? He's not with the antics. He's not, like, he's a different OJ
He's
now.
like, bro, I'm trying to, you know what I mean? Show these dudes I'm still that guy.
Yeah.
You know, you got a great running back, J.K. Dobbins. You got a great rookie receiver in Zay Flowers. And you got a former first-round pick who just a little unhealthy sometimes was Rashad Bateman.
Yeah.
You know, I think, bro, this is the first time in the offense they're actually going to get to see Lamar throw. Like the old OC, bro, just run, read option. Like, bro, Lamar can throw. So I think you add in all those things, bro. I think, bro, there's no reason why Lamar shouldn't win that award, MVP something.
Yeah, I had him as my MVP.
Really?
Because I'm just like, so the Ravens offense for so long has been, like the Ravens team for so long has been, we're going to play great defense.
Yeah.
Lamar, go win us the game.
Real shit.
That's what it's been.
And they ain't giving many weapons before.
Yeah, so that's really what it's been. Now it's like he has all these options, and we can't forget, like...
Oh, and I'm tripping. The tight end, bro.
Yeah.
And the tight end is super really
Mark
good.
Andrews.
Mark Andrews, yeah.
So now he has all these weapons, and, like, he can still do what Lamar does. So
exactly.
He's going to be somebody that I think is going to be literally impossible to stop. But the thing about football, again, like I always say, is the game's played on the field. So I guess we're going to see.
You got to do it.
Like, on paper, it only does so much on paper. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
so that's why I'm so geeked for the season, bro. Like, we go from, like, Offensive Player of the Year, like, Super Bowl champion, Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay.
For me, is Micah. Like, just because he's playing D-line full time now. Like, he's playing edge full time.
I saw a clip and Reggie White clubbed the dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, he's different now.
He stole that technique.
Yeah, I said, bro, he's not even playing true off the ball linebacker. He's really rushing the passer now.
Yeah, so it's like, and he's just, I mean, obviously you've been around him. He's just a freak athlete. So we get to see him as a full-time edge rusher. Like, before, he was piling up sacks and he was playing linebacker depending on the team. Like, now we get to see like a more mature Micah, like a Micah that knows how to use his hands better, a Micah that understands the game better, the game's slowing down for him. So I'm excited to see what he does this year. I'm excited for the whole NFC East because I don't think it's going to be as much of a breeze as for the Eagles as everybody thinks.
No, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all those players over there, like, I'm excited to see what goes down in the NFC East.
So that's your pick.
Yeah, I got Say Offensive Player of the Year. I got the Chiefs Super Bowl champions. I got Lamar MVP. I got Micah Defensive Player of the Year. As far as Offensive Rookie of the Year, I got Zay Flowers.
Okay.
Because if Lamar's going to get MVP, that means the receiver's going to have to produce for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if the receiver got to produce for him, I got Zay Flowers doing his thing. And then the Defensive Rookie of the Year, I got Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter.
The dude from Georgia who played for the Eagles. And he might, like, their D-line is going to rotate a lot, but I seen a clip of him yesterday.
The first snap.
The first snap. And I'm just like,
bro.
How did the world let him go to them boys?
Yeah, bro, it's crazy.
Because, I mean, they're just, those dudes is, I don't know. Them dudes, they stack something crazy.
If I'm going Defensive Player of the Year, I'm going to go with TJ Watt. And I think
that's not a bad pick.
I'm gonna go with TJ Watt because, bro, like, I just think that dude is insane. Like, and I got more of respect for him when I got to be, with him and practice with him and stuff like that. But I also think he's going to just keep going off because they just paid Alex Highsmith. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to worry about two DNs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Outside linebackers who can rush the passer, who are really good. So it's like, you can't just worry about TJ. You got to worry about that dog too. So I think that's going to give TJ so many more opportunities. He was dominating before.
Yeah.
Now it's more like, you know what I mean? What are you going to do with me now?
I got Micah. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, Mike is a bad man, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Mike is a bad man. I just think TJ... Bro, TJ's led the league in sacks. TJ's done this year after year. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. But we can't also forget about Nick Bosa.
And Nick Bosa,
like,
for sure.
And we just talking about like edge rushers. Like there's still corners. Like Pat Surtain is a strap.
Huge. I'm a huge Pat Surtain fan.
Jair Alexander's a strap. Like I'd like to see a corner get it. You know what I'm saying? Because like corner film, watching a corner play and like really strap someone. Like last year, obviously Justin Jefferson was the best player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Offensive player in the league. He was a monster.
Absolutely.
Which makes this feat even crazier. But like when Darius Slay played Justin Jefferson, he strapped him so crazy, and it was like the best tape from a corner I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like I would like to see a corner win it, because when corners win, you know, defensive player of the year is like they're doing it on another level.
But people don't even understand too. So the average fan who just watches football on Sunday, like, bro, they're running backwards.
Yeah.
And you have to guard these people running 23, 22 miles per hour, and they have a two-way go on any time. You know how hard that is to do? You know what I'm saying? So someone like Slay, super impressive. Someone like Ramsey, super impressive. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're right.
You just to play corner, period, in the National Football League, like, bro, like, you're running backwards, bro.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I used to play corner back in the day, way back.
Yo, ass was getting smoked.
What? Boy, stop playing with me.
I know you was getting
fighting on this set. Oh, nah, I wasn't getting smoked at all, but I was doing my thing out there. But it definitely is a crazy position for anybody to play.
And I forgot to get my pick for the defensive rookie of the year. I'm thinking Will Anderson.
The dude from the Texans.
Outside linebacker from Bama that's on the Texans, and then close second would be Christian Gonzalez, the corner from
the Pats. He's from Oregon.
Yeah. I like Will because just the way the coach was talking about using him, they said they're going to use him like a Micah. You know what I'm saying? Off the ball.
For real?
Yeah, he said he's that athletic. So I think you know, in that system, and he's a defensive minded coach. The guy that the 49ers former defensive coordinator, he's a Texans coach now. So it's like he's a defensive guy. So it's like I think he has a chance to win that. And clips I've seen from Christian Gonzalez this preseason, like super fast. He can run. You know what I'm saying? He can cover. In that defense, you know that Bill Belichick defense, bro, you got to be able to cover. Yeah. Like Gilmore. So
Gilmore won defensive player of the year with them.
That's what I'm saying. So I think those two for sure.
Who do you think is going to make the biggest leap? Like me, I think Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
You know, because he's getting Calvin Ridley, who's a dog. Like, he's a monster.
People sleeping on the Jags.
Yeah, I mean, shit. You saw what they did last year in the playoffs. Now he has, not that Christian Kirk wasn't a number one, but now he has basically two number ones.
Right.
So now he's really, ready to make that jump. Like, we're still talking about the same dude who beat Bama as a true freshman. You know, it's the same dude.
Yeah.
So, I expect him to make a big jump. And then Jahan Dotson, who we had on the show, I think he's going to make a big jump as well, kind of solidifying himself as somebody who could be a number one receiver. Like, him and Terry are going to go crazy together.
I agree.
I think it's going to be basically like the Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. Like, you know how if Jamar didn't play, T. Higgins showed I could be a number one. Like, I'm that bull. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think Jahan's going to have a season like that. But I also, a sleeper pick is Justin Fields.
Yeah, I think Justin too.
He isn't. This is the first year where he has a number one receiver in DJ Moore. You know what I'm saying?
You saw what DJ did the other day.
Yeah. I mean,
you need weapons, bro. You need.
He caught that screen and he was sliding, but that joint was blocked up. It was blocked up really good.
Perfectly, for sure.
But he still had to slide.
Players make plays.
No, definitely players make plays. He caught that ball in the corner of the end zone last year. It was like the last play of the game.
Yeah, he was at Carolina before, right?
Yeah, he was at Carolina. It was last year. He caught a Hail Mary with 3 seconds left. I think it was against the Raiders. I don't know who it was against, but it was he makes plays.
Yeah, he
so
does.
I'm excited for this. Is definitely I want to say the best receiver Justin's had.
Yeah.
Probably.
Mooney. They had Mooney before.
Mooney's
solid.
But DJ Moore's another level.
Who was that running back? He was kind of like a two-way guy, like a receiver / running back.
Tariq
Cohen.
The joystick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was tough.
But
this is definitely the real year.
The real for sure.
That we gonna see.
So the biggest leap. My first one for sure. I definitely think DJ Daniel Jones, quarterback.
I mean, just naturally, he has to have.
You know what I'm saying?
Right?
I just think, just like you said, bro, players make plays, but you also need those players around you as quarterback. So it's he can only do so much. You know what I'm saying? Just got Darren Waller. You know what I'm saying? You got Saquon. You got Paris Campbell.
Bro, stop kicking my foot, bro.
You kicking my foot.
You're being weird.
You over here playing footsies with me,
bro. You trying to do the podcast?
You over here trying to play footsies and shit.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
You go ahead, bro.
No, you talking about Darren Waller. Keep talking.
Darren Waller. He got Darren Waller, Paris Campbell, Darius Slayton, Saquon, obviously. But bro, he got weapons. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you need dogs to make plays for you. So I think he's gonna take a huge leap.
Shit was blowing me.
What?
You was kicking my leg.
I was kicking your foot.
I was getting tight because you wasn't gonna stop. You kept on doing it for like 10 minutes.
I'm a size 12 and a half, motherfucker.
All right, go ahead. You got DJ with all them dogs.
Herbert, I think just off the pure fact, Kellen Moore. I think Kellen Moore is going to be very important for his progress.
Yeah.
And bro, like I think he gonna learn a lot from last year. You know, that 21-point comeback. Like you gotta learn from that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And being in those situations. So I think Herbert for sure, and he's shown what he could do. You know what I'm saying? I just think the OC. The talent he's already got good defense. Derwin James out there. You know what I'm saying? They got a solid squad, bro.
They got Asante Samuel Jr.
The running back is really good. Elder.
Eckler.
My bad. Sorry, brother. Eckler.
It's Eckler. And definitely Bosa. They got Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. They just drafted the dude Quentin from TCU.
TCU, the receiver.
He's a monster as well. So, I mean, he got Justin Herbert got everything he needs. I feel like offensively to really get going. So yeah, and that's a great pick.
And my last one, my bad, cut you off. My last one would be Garrett Wilson. I think just A-Rod, bro, having him is gonna take your game to the next level, bro.
Yeah, I forgot. I might have to put A-Rod in my MVP.
Yeah,
bro.
A-Rod too, bro. Like, but Garrett Wilson already showed you could do as a rookie. He won Rookie of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year last year. So it's like now you got Aaron Rodgers,
and they got that tough defense. It's gonna give him a lot of opportunities.
Oh yeah, bro. And they're already saying, bro, like he's got some similarities to Devontae.
Yeah, so, and no, Aaron Rodgers, I feel like is rejuvenated because he's like in a new city. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
New York is dope. Like he was at the Taylor Swift concert having the time of his life.
Yeah,
I don't know what weirdo captured that. Like let him enjoy his life, but. I seen the clip and it was almost like he just had a new life and he was like geeked about it. So like,
change of scenery.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm excited for that. Just on like the cultural side, like away from sports.
Yeah,
Tory Lane's sentence. Like what? How do you feel about that?
I ain't gonna lie. 10 years is a long time.
10 years is a long time, but like. I don't know. I'm naive about the.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know too much about the legal system and like. Everything that you know what I'm saying that went into that sentencing,
right?
But it is crazy because like Tory Lanez, like you know what I'm saying, like we all listen to
Tory,
so it's like,
and I feel like that shit just happened. It hasn't even registered to me that this dude's going to jail for 10 years.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
It's almost like I be just seeing people like I obviously never want to see like anybody go to jail, but it's like you look at like the Rugg situation,
bro.
Like Tory got 10 years and Ruggs getting 3 to 10.
3 to 10.
So like
what's
I don't know what the difference. Like again, I'm naive. I don't know any of that stuff.
For
but
sure.
It's like if I'm looking from the outside in and I don't know anything, I'm just like one guy did what he did and the other guy like did what he did. I feel like one is much worse than the other one. So it's like that shit is crazy.
It is crazy. And it's just like, bro, like that shit happened so fast and now the dude got 10 years. So it's just like, you know, but
it goes to show like you could take your whole life building whatever you want it to be and it only takes one wrong decision. Like I forget, I was watching some clip and it was like an inmate and he was talking to another inmate and the first thing he said was, "Well, how long?" And the guy was like, "Oh, I got like 8 years." He was like, "No, how long did it take for you to get your sentence?"
Oh no, you talking about I know you talking about Wallow. Wallow was talking about something like that.
Yeah, Wallow was
and
talking
he was
about
like,
it.
you know,
he was like, "How long?" And he was like, "How long did it take for you to get your sentence?" And he was like, "Oh, well, I robbed someone," or I forget what it was, but it was basically like the moral of it was, it only takes a couple
seconds to change your life. It only takes a couple
seconds to change your life. Everything
just
you work
like this,
for,
bro.
And I'm like. It makes you really think, like, when you see stuff like that. It makes me think, because I ain't perfect. Like, I've been in some trouble before.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's like, I don't know. I be sitting around like, damn, like, I'm lucky to be in a position I'm in because it could have been, like, a different situation. You know what I'm saying?
You be building your whole life up to something, and one mistake costs you everything. It's like he said, he's like, you let 20 seconds get you 20 years.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
20 seconds, bro, get you 20 years. Like, that shit's, when you put it in perspective like that, it's just like, was it worth it?
Yeah, like, sometimes, like, when we go out, and you say some dumb shit, I be thinking about smacking you. But then I don't want to get I don't want to get like that.
You know, sometimes
because I know you not the type to fight back. You the type to like call the boys on me and like
It's actually crazy because when you think about slapping me, I'd just be like, damn, if he actually slaps me right now, like we're gonna start a whole brawl in here, we're gonna get arrested, and then we're gonna be all over the internet, and then it
would be tricky.
It'd be super tricky, and I just wouldn't want to do that to you publicly.
Oh, okay.
It
sound good.
And Reef got to break it up, Caleb got to break it up, and then
it sound great.
But like you said, I don't let those instances, always mindful.
Yeah, I hear you. It sound great, but when the camera's not rolling, we could do whatever we need to do. But nah, man, I just all the stuff that we talked about, like the recap and just everything. Like I feel like extremely blessed. Even the times where we got to drive to Buffalo or drive to Pittsburgh, like I feel like it's all worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think it's all worth it too. It's funny. Me and Caleb were talking about that the other day, just like the process.
Yeah. No, for sure. Like, and one of the things that really cause I ain't gonna lie, like there was a time where I was pissed. I'm like, bro, this shit is the worst.
Yeah.
Like when we had to drive, like wake up at 3 o'clock and drive 6 hours. Like
Reef woke up late.
Yeah, like we got people on the team waking up late, making us look crazy.
Not player.
I ain't gonna lie, like it used to really affect me, but then I watched that Kanye documentary.
Yeah.
And I watched how many no's he took and how like relentless he was in his pursuit. And it's like a lot of the times, you have an opportunity to say no or say, I can't do this anymore. I can't go no more. You know what I'm saying? Kanye went in and he played All Falls Down and they was like, nah, that ain't it.
It's crazy.
That's not the one.
It's crazy.
Now it's a classic song. But at that point, there's a lot of people who could have been like, yo, I'm not fit for this. You know what I'm saying? But it takes a certain type of person. It takes a certain type of mindset that's just like, I'm going to go get it regardless. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to figure out a way to get it. And it's like everyone that we've had on the show has kind of had that mindset. Like, just like Jahan said, when we asked him his advice, his second win, he was like, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. Like, that's like, it sounds so cliche, but when you think of like all the great people, is like, they just never stop.
Like failure was never an option for them. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I had this coach. In college, and he said, if you want to be great at something, just look up people who are great and what you want to do, and literally do the same exact thing they do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's really not hard. People just quit before they even get the opportunity that they want. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like, bro, there's no tell time on when it's gonna happen. I just know it's gonna happen, right? And then when your opportunity comes, like, you gotta be prepared for it. Like, I think hard work is like a myth. Yeah. Like, oh my God, if you work hard, you'll get it. Everyone works hard. I say, when you get your opportunity, what are you gonna do with it? That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? Everyone works hard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like you said, there's people who wake up super early and you're just like, well, I could stay up super late. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everyone works hard. It's just that what are you gonna do when your opportunity comes? Are you gonna be prepared or not? That's what I think the difference is.
Opportunity gotta meet preparation. You know what I'm saying? And it also got to be consistent because you're going to take a lot of no's. Like, we've taken a lot of no's.
A lot of no's, a lot of L's.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, you can't let stuff like that discourage you. And like, I'm guilty of it because I've sometimes let that discourage me. But now it's like, I've almost like reprogrammed my brain to kind of be like, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep going. If one door closes, I'm going to kick the next one down. You know, I'm going to buy the building, like stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
So, I mean, I'm excited because for me, I'm gonna die on the treadmill.
Absolutely.
So I mean, I don't know what you gonna do.
I'm gonna die on the treadmill. I'm gonna die on the treadmill.
Shit. Well, I'm gonna pick you up because I know you might not die on the treadmill. I'm going to die on the treadmill.
I'm gonna die on the treadmill.
Nah. But yeah, like for the most part, bro, I'm appreciative of like you hitting me and starting this because like this is kind of cool. Bro. Like I'm usually behind the scenes type of dude, but I could grab the mic.
Oh, you're trying to look cuter than me.
Rap on this joint. What you mean? I'm just sweet. Like,
no, but you be trying to say I be trying to look cute, and I say I know I look cute.
I just look sweet though. That's the problem.
Like, I look sweet too.
I mean, you look alright.
I mean, I look sweet. You know what
I mean? Second Win family, we want to tell you we really appreciate all the love, all the support. You know, if you ever seen any of our clips, if you like any of our guests, if you like me, I know y'all don't like Jarvis, but if you like me, go ahead and, comment, subscribe,
like, subscribe, share it. Appreciate all the support for sure.
Go tell your auntie, go tell your pet fish, go tell your cousin, go tell your god niece, go tell your local camera
your neighbor's
guy,
dog,
go tell your neighbor's fish.
Tell whoever.
Second Win,
man.
Tap in with us, man.
Appreciate you guys. Much love.
Gang.